ओमज्ञानतिमृन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे प्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णा चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेषुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदताम् ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आविश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, chapter 16, verse number 43. These are prayers of Nagpatnis, the wives of Kaliya snake, after Krishna subdued Kaliya and he surrendered to Krishna. Then they came to pray to Krishna to spare his life. So we have seen that earlier the various asuras, they were killed by Krishna. This is the only one who was spared. It's Kaliya snake. This is probably the one who gave him hardest time. So why is that? Because other asuras, they represent some non-devotional quality which has to be removed from our heart. So Krishna just dispels them, whether it is Putana, Bakasura, Bhasura, all that. But Kaliya snake, he represents the senses. Dhenukasura was bodily attachment, so that also has to be killed. So Kaliya represents senses, and all the hoods are the desire for sense objects. That's why he is having so much poison, because in Sanskrit poison is called Visha and objects of senses are called Vishaya. So there is a saying in Sanskrit, Vishayan Vishvat Parityajet, that one should forsake the sense objects like poison. We need to take for our survival labho jivata yavata kamasya na indriya priti. So they are not meant for indriya priti but for jivan. So therefore he is not killed because he is needed. So senses need to be purified, not killed. So that starving is not in bhakti, but having control over them. Krishna is called Hrishikesh. So he is the master of the Hrishikas. That's why he was dancing on top of them. So therefore he is spared, he is not killed, because if senses are killed, then how the devotional service will be done? So he came from Ramanak Dweep. So Ramana, you know Ramana? Ramana means pleasure, enjoyment, like Radharama. So one who is playing, enjoying with Radha is Radharama. So Ramanaka is the place of enjoyment. So he came from there, but now he comes to Vrindavan. So he has to stop his enjoyment. He has to get purified. After he is purified, he is sent back there. Now you do devotional service. So the same senses which function in the material world and are the cause of bondage, the same senses are also used in devotional service and become the cause of upliftment, release from bondage. So therefore Kaliya is not killed. And therefore the wives are coming and praying, spare him, because he is needed. So in the previous verses we saw how they were praising Krishna, and from point of view of yogis, jnanis and also bhaktas. So they are continuing in their prayers. Namo Anantaya Sukshmaya Kutasthaya Vipashchite Nana Vadanurodhaya Vachya Vachaka Shaktaye. So our obeisance to you, who is Ananta, unlimited, who is Sukshma, subtle, or Durgaya, difficult to understand. Kutastha. Kutastha means unchanging, fixed. Vipashchita, one who knows, omniscient. And Nana Vadanurodhaya, who is the supporter of various Vadas. Many types of philosophies are there. Atma Parigyana Vayo Vivado Asti Nasti iti Bhidartha Nishtha. So there is God, there is no God, there is Vaikuntha, there is no Vaikuntha, there is bhakti in the Jiva, there is no bhakti in the Jiva, there is Siddha Swarup, there is no Siddha Swarup, right? These are different vadas, fall vad, no fall vad. So this is all coming from him ultimately. So vyarthopi naiva paramet punsham matta paravarta dhyam swa lokat. So this does not come to an end unless one becomes devoted to Krishna. So therefore it says Nana Vadan Rodhaya, that all the various Vadas, they are the one, he is the one who illuminates them and who also, Rodha also means to block, who can stop them. So Vrunatsi. And Vachya Vachak Shaktaye. So Vachya means the referent, the object denoted by the word. Vachaka is the word. It's like we are reading Bhāgavatam. So Bhāgavatam is words, but these words are relating to Krishna here. So that is called Vachya Vachak Sambandha, or the relation of the word and its referent. So there is a relationship. Otherwise, if there is no relationship, how from the word we can understand that? Because word is just sound, we can speak from our mouth, and then object is something different from that. So there is a Shakti. This is also, there is a very important part of Nyaya, it is called Shaktivad. So Shaktivad, the basic principle of Shaktivad is that Ayam Shabdat, Ayam Artho Bodhavya. That from this word, this meaning has to be known, and this was given by Krishna. This is Nayayika's theory. They say that it is God who gives the knowledge of the words in the beginning. He is the one who tells that this is called earth, this is called water, this is called cow. All these words are there in the Vedas. So Veda is made of the words, but how do you know what do they denote? Even if you hear the sound, if you hear a language which you have not studied, you hear the sound, you don't understand anything. So unless you are told, studying language means knowing the relationship of the word with the object. And of course, construct of the sentence. So you have to know that, so that this Shakti is coming from him. Therefore it says Vachya Vachaka Shaktaye, that you are the power to illuminate the words. So he is the one who gave the Vedic knowledge to Brahma. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavi. When Dhruva Maharaj was doing his austerity and Bhagavan Vishnu appeared to him, so he wanted to pray to him, but he did not know. He was just a boy. He has not gone to Gurukula yet. So he did not know what to say. So then Bhagavan Vishnu touched the cheek of Dhruva Maharaj with his conch. And then he started reciting. So conch represents sound, means knowledge. So therefore, Dhruva got the knowledge by the power of conch. In the childhood, when I heard the story, I used to think, I wish he also touches me, then I don't have to study. So that is Vachya Vachak Shaktaye. So that is the significance. So this is the Bhāgavatam understanding or Vedic understanding, that he is not only the source of creation and sustenance and dissolution, he is also source of knowledge. So it is He only who gives knowledge. Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam priyantite. Krishna says, I give the buddhi yoga. So that is knowledge. That is the inspiration. That is also the meaning of the Gayatri mantra. And Gayatri mantra has this prachodayat. So what does prachodayat means? That you please inspire my intelligence. Dhiyo yona prachodayat. Dhi means intellect. Na means ours. So please inspire our intelligence so that we have illumination. Because we act on the basis of our decisions which we take with our intelligence. And if intelligence is polluted, that's what we call as that impurities in the heart. So then we make wrong decisions, then we act on them, take wrong steps, and we get unwanted results. So this Shakti, Vachya Vachak, this understanding, this comes from him. That is what is being described here. So, commentary by Sri Vishnu. Nano kimatras tattvam tatraha. So Krishna, if he is asking what is the tatra here, because in the previous sloka he says Trigunena Bhimanena Godha Svatmanubhutaya, that you cover the knowledge of Jivas. Jnane navritam jnanam tena muhyante jantava. So he says Anantaya. Says Asya anta vayam na prapnume. That we cannot know the end of Tattva. Tattva is unlimited. It's everywhere, all pervading. Everything is Tattva only. So that's what Sukdev said, that Krishnam Janatam atra sthashne sucharishnu cha. That to know that it's all Krishna, everywhere, movable, immovable. So there is no end to that. Material world itself does not have an end. So tatra hetu sukshmaya durjayatvat ityartha. So one way of not knowing its end is that it has no end also. We cannot reach it because it is so subtle. So we cannot know how subtle it is, where will it end, the subtlety. So sukshma, so durgayatvat means unable to understand. So then it says nanu jivam jivatmanam madabhinnam eva panditahu. Says that some scholars they say that jivatma is different, non-different from the ultimate tattva. Tattvamasi svetketu. Right? You are tattva. So you are non-different. We also say achintya bheda bheda. So abheda is there. So some pandits say that it is completely abheda. There is only one tattva and you are that tattva. So what about that? So tat kimaham atmanam eva mohyami. So then Krishna says that since Jiva is also tattva and there is only one tattva, so I am that tattva also. That means I am also Jiva. Right? There is only one tattva and Jiva is tattva, then Krishna is also Jiva. Tattva is, right? So therefore you said in the previous verse that I bewilder the Jiva, so does it mean that I am bewildering myself? Is this what you are saying? Can you bewilder yourself? Yeah, if you take some intoxicant, you can do that. So then he says, no. Tatra maivam vadirityahu. He says that don't speak like this. Maivam avadi. Kutastha. You are kutastha means you cannot be bewildered. Kutastha means which does not undergo change. So ekruptaya tu kala vyapi sa kutastha. So one who remains one rupa, one form, unchanging, which means he cannot be covered by ignorance. So that is called kutastha. From our course. Tvam ekenaiva aprachyuta swarupena sarvakalam vyapnoshi. So with your own one infallible form, you pervade all time, past, present and future. So there is only present actually, there is no past, no future. So you don't change. Therefore you are kutastha. And it was already said, he is Kala himself. Kala, Kal Swarupa. So therefore the Kala does not have an influence on him. So yena chestate. So everything moves by his. Kala is his movement. So chestam yasyahu chestate yena vishvam. So sarvakalam vyapnosi satu deva manushya triyagadibhir anekai prachutai swarupai kanchideva balyam vyapnoti iti katham tvadabhinna saiti bhava. So he says that you are only one, but you can take forms as devas, manushya, all these various forms. But you do not deviate from your own swarupa. That's why you are achyuta or prachutai swarupai. Kanchideva balyam vyapnoti. So katham tvadabhinna saiti bhava. So de manushaditvam vastuto jivasya na swarupam iti chet tadapi tvata svabhinna eva. So Jiva is katham tvad abhinna sa. So he is saying that it is the, no, he is talking about the Jiva. It is the Jiva who takes the various forms of deva, human beings, animals, various forms, prachutai swarupai, and is not situated in his own swarupa because he thinks that these are my forms. So sometimes he thinks he is balya, sometimes he thinks he is youth and so on. So tadapi tvatta sabhin katham tvadabhinna saiti bhava. So he is not one with you. Because you are kutastha, you are unchanging, and he undergoes, the Jiva undergoes various changes through these bodies. So dev manushyaaditvam vastuto jivasya na swarupam. Iti chet tadapi tvattah sa bhinna eva. Then somebody can say, well, these various bodies which the Jiva has, as deva, human being, animal, tree, etc., they are not his swarupa. He is different from them. He is not the body. So he says, even then he is not one with you, because you do not identify with these material bodies, he identifies. You do not fall into ignorance, he falls into ignorance. So therefore he says that even then, tvattasa bhinna eva ityahu vipassite. So because you are vipassita, he goes into ignorance, he remains under ignorance. He has an adi avidya. Everybody in the material world is under the influence of anadi avidya, different levels of avidya, sometimes thick, sometimes little less thick, but it is always there. But you are Vipashyata. Vipashyata means who sees things as they are. So Vipashyate Sarvajya. You are Sarvajya means you are omniscient. So Jiva is called Ajna, is ignorant, and he is Sarvajna. Sarvam Janati is Sarvajna, one who knows everything. And Ajna means he doesn't know anything, he does not know even himself. What is he going to know others? The basic knowledge itself is missing. So Satu Alpagya, what he says, well, he is not really Agya, he is Alpagya. He also knows little, not complete, ignorant. Eva prasiddha ityartha. Kincha tadapi jivatma iti ishvarat bhinna iti jada iti chetana iti eka iti aneka ityadina nana vadan anurunatsi kautukartham avkashayasi iti. So he says, moreover, it is not that everybody has the same understanding. Among the jivas also, there are different understandings. Some people say there is no jiva. Sarvam sunyam, sarvam kshanikam. Everything is just void, sunya. There is no atma. There is no paramatma, no God, no jiva, nothing. That is also there. There are others who say that body itself is atma. There is nothing beyond the body. Body, mind included in that. So they say jadaiti, that is inert. Jiva is also inert. Consciousness is not something separate from the body. It arises at the birth. And then death means consciousness finished. Consciousness is also material. Right? Consciousness is material or spiritual?
Spiritual.
How?
It's a symptom of the soul.
How is it spiritual? What is spiritual about it? All your thoughts, your awareness, everything is material. How is it spiritual?
Now you got me.
So quickly?
You got me.
I simply say consciousness is spiritual. How consciousness is spiritual? Can you tell?
Maybe because with consciousness we can recognize that this whole
Recognize what?
Catch.
by consciousness we can witness ourselves, witness that I am, and witness
CCTV camera is also witness. No?
What?
The CCTV camera, they put everywhere these days, they also witness. They can be produced in the court also as witness. What happened? They can hear or not?
You mean, yes, the camera making a witness, but it doesn't have that understanding that
You have
she's
seen
witness.
robots, these robots, they can talk, they can also smile, they can tell you so many things. It's all material.
But they don't have understanding that, like there's just program, but there is no that and that I am and I can make.
No, you have not seen, that's why you are talking like this.
Okay.
Robot you have not seen. They speak very well. They can even empathize with you if you come in an angry mood. They can talk to you in a very gentle manner. to cool your head.
Now there is no citizenship.
Hmm?
There is a robot who got citizenship in some
Yes.
Ethiopia.
I think in Turkey or where they gave the citizenship somewhere. One of the countries here. So therefore, they say that it is all jada. It is all inert. Don't just say spiritual, spiritual. What spiritual? Everything you do is material. If your consciousness is spiritual, do something spiritual. You eat material things, you talk material tongue, you have material tongue, you do every activity material. You just think like that. It's all jada. So Chetana, this is also one vada. So you have to understand these vadas. This is called Jadvada. So Chetana iti eka. Then other people say that no, it is Chetan, it is conscious. That is another vada. Eka iti. Some say that there is only one Jiva. One Jiva is also there. There is only one Jiva, not so many Jivas.
We are all one.
Yeah. There is no we, it is one only. When you say we, you are already assuming we are many. It's only one. Ek Jivad. So there is Bahu Jivad, Ek Jivad, there are many Jivas, one Jiva. Jiva is God, Jiva is servant of God. All this. Jiva is here, Jiva is there, Jiva is all pervading.
Jiva Institute.
Nyaya says that Jiva is all pervading. So all the Jivas, Nyaya believes in many Jivas, that everybody has a different Atma, but each Atma is all pervading. So you are everywhere, but you only can feel wherever your body is, that's there. So there are so many Vadas. So Nana Vadan Anurunatsi. So who is the shelter of these Vadas? Krishna.
Krishna.
He is having fun. See, he's seeing everybody saying, fighting this, that. He's watching this.
It says here in the translation, he who sanctioned the opposing views of different philosophies.
Yeah, Kautukartha, Kautukartham Avkashati. So just for his play, Kautuka, fun, he allows all this. So we bow down to him. Ataeva tvadichha vasadeva tatra mitho vivadino mitha samvadinascha panditaha shabdam eva pramani kurvanti. So then what happens that the panditas, the learned people, they have vivad and samvad. Samvad means friendly dialogue. Vivad means argument. That you are wrong, I am right. So they all happened by the will of Krishna, and Shabda is the Praman for that. They accept, both parties accept Shabda as Praman, and then argue and counter argue from the same Shastra, same Upanishad, same Bhagavad Gita, same Vedas, same Bhāgavatam. So many Vadas are coming, like Achinta Bheda Bhed, Bheda Bhed, Vishishta Dvaitvad, Dvaitvad, Advaitvad, all based on same Shastra.
So is the working. So I have a question. I've heard two words. One is that the Swarup is inherent, and the other one, the other camp, argue very vehemently that the Swarup is not inherent. So Krishna is creating this. He sanctions these two views.
That's what he's saying. Nana Vadanurudha. So shabdameva pramani kurvanti. So they base, both parties base it on shabda pramana, on the authority of Shastra. So vachyanam arthanam vachkanam cha shabdanam cha nana vidha shaktayo yasmat tasmai. So various types of shaktis, yat shaktayo, this sloka by Daksha, something like that, yat shakto vada vivada sambudo bhuvo bhavanti. That his shakti, his potency becomes the ground for vada and samvada. So that's what it's saying. So the word and its meaning, and then all it is based on the meaning, that no, the meaning is this, and others say no, the meaning is this. Right? Same Bhagavad Gita. You read Shankaracharya's commentary, then he explains that Jiva here means not individual Jiva as you are thinking. It's talking about Brahman. Okay. So Namaha Pramana Mulaya Kavaye Shastrayonaye Pravrittaya Nivrittaya Nigmaya Namo Namaha. So obeisances to you repeatedly, 3 times, again and again. Pramana Mulaya. So you are the source of all the pramana. What are the pramana? Prataksha pramana, direct perception. Right? Anuman pramana, inference. Shabda pramana, verbal. Then arthapatti, anuplabdhi. Right? So different pramanas. And one more, and that is upamana. Right? 6 we studied. In Vedanta and Mimamsa they have 6, Nyaya has 4, 3 Yoga, Sankhya, Vaishnava also 3 generally. So he is the source of all that, so we bow down to him. Kavaye, he is Kavi. Kavi means learned, author also. He is also Shastrayoni. He is the source of all the Shastras. So everything comes from him. And Pravrittaya. So he is the one who is the pravritti, or who gives knowledge for engaging in the activities, and nivrittaya, to renounce activities, because they all come from Shastra. So pravritti esha bhutanam nivrittistu mahaphala. Manusmriti says that people generally like pravritti, bhutanam, everybody engages in karma. Nahi kasyit kshanamapi jatu tishtatya karma krita. But nivritti, to not engage in them for material goal, that is what brings the ultimate result. So nigmaya, that nigama means also Shastra. So you are the source of pravritti and nivritti, which comes from nigama, from the Shastra. We bow down to you. So commentary, Shishta Sabda Matrasya Pramanya api Śrīmad-Bhāgavatasya Sarvadhikyam ahu. So he says that although there are various pramanas, but Bhāgavatam is the supreme pramana. That is what Jiva Goswami's proposition in Tattva Sandarbha. That's what we believe. This is very much disliked by other sampradayas. They get very upset when you tell them this. So here he says that although the Shabda, which is Shishta Shabda. Shishta Shabda means the Shastra which is followed by Arya, the Vedic people. He says, although that is all Pramana, but all the supreme Pramana is Bhagavatam. That is called, Jiva Goswami calls it as a Pramana Shromani, the topmost authority on Bhagavad. That's why it is called Bhagavat Purana. All other have some name like Mandukya Upanishad. Mandukya means belonging to frog. Manduka. Right? Then Sweta Asvatar. Asvatar means what is that called? Which is neither a donkey nor a horse, in between. Mule.
Mule.
So Sweta Asvatar means white mule. So it is white mule Upanishad. Tatriya Upanishad. Titar is a bird. Titar hatan. Tatriya. So there nothing is Bhagavat. This is about Bhagavat. So this is the Bhagavat Purana. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Puranam amlam yad Vaishnavanam priyam. Yasmin paramhansam ekamam. Jnanam param giyate. Tatra jnana viraga bhakti sahitam. So this is the supreme Pramana. So therefore it says Sri Bhagavatasya Sarvadhikyamaho, because this is Krishna himself. Krishna Swadhamopagate Dharma Jnanadhi Visay Kalau Nashta Drishamesham Purana Arko Adhuna Udita. So this is the Arka, this is the light, sun for the people of Kali Yuga who are Andha, who have lost their vision. Nashta Drisham. Their vision is blinded. Right? People have eye problem these days, right? Because too many artificial light, your seeing power goes down. Everybody has to use glasses. So this is Nashta Drisha in Kali Yuga. In the olden days, people didn't have this problem because they didn't have artificial light. They were not having computer screen. So it spoils your drisha. So Purana Arka Adhana Udita. So this is the Bhagavatam. So this is highest Pramana. But people get upset when they hear this. Pramana Mula hai. So therefore what is the meaning of Pramana Mula? Pramana here means Bhagavata. So he is the source of Bhagavata. Because he gave the Bhagavatam to Brahma. Krishna spoke this to him. So, Pramana Mula Sri Bhagavat Swarupa Kavaye Tatkartre Ved Vyas Swarupa. And then Kavi here is Ved Vyas. Because he is the one who manifested it. So, what is that sloka where he says that Chakre Satvat Samhitam Lokasya Janato Vidwan Chakre Satvat Samhitam. So, he performed this Satvat Samhita. So, he is the Kavi. Tatkartre Ved Vyas Swarupa hai, sa Pramanyartham eva Vyas Rupo Bhavsi. So it is Krishna only who comes in the form of Veda Vyasa. So Vyasa Narayana Swayam. He is Narayana. There have been many other Vyasas, but they are sages. This Badrayana Vyas, son of Parashara, he is Narayana himself. He is Krishna himself. So, and then he is called Shastra Yoni, source of all Shastras. Shastra Yoni, atev Shastra se Yoni Pradurbhavaka, one who manifests the Shastra, because Shastra is eternal, becomes manifest by his grace. Shastram Sri Bhāgavatam eva yoni pramanam yasya. Or Shastriyoni means that this is the Shastra from which he is understood. If you want to know who is Bhagavan, there is no other Shastra which can clearly tell. You can read the Vedas, you will never figure out who is God. All types of stutis, mantras are there. But Krishna says that Vedasya sarvairahame vedya. Bhagavatam says Vasudeva paraveda. So Adi Madhya Sanasya. Bhagavatam, beginning and middle, everywhere only Vasudeva Katha. So that is the importance, because it was written for this purpose only. Vyasa was not satisfied after writing everything else. Then he wrote this. So it is from this that proper knowledge of Bhagavan comes. Unfortunately, people don't understand this. So this is also ignorance of people of Kali Yuga, that Bhagavatam is there, still they don't take advantage of it, unfortunately. So Bhagavatam eva yoni pramanam yasya. Shastri yonitvat, this is Vedanta Sutra. So iti atra eva vyakhyanat. So this Vedanta Sutra explains this, that this Shastra is his yoni pramana. Tatha chaturvarga pratipadakam shastram api pramanamitya. And then other Shastra which talks about varnashram dharma, that is also pramana, but this is the supreme pramana. So therefore he talks about that. So this sloka is all about Shastra. So this pravritti and nivritti, because what does Shastra talk about? Pravritti and nivritti, that's what Purvamimamsa says. Chodhana Lakshana Artha Dharma. That Shastra speaks about dharma. Dharma sansthapanartha sambhavami yuga yuga. Dharmam tu Shastra. Dharmam tu Bhagavat Pranita. So dharma is known from Bhagavan, which is through his Shastra. Dharmam tu Sakshat Bhagavat Pranita. So that dharma is known from Shastra. And that dharma is primarily teaching you about what is to be done, what is not to be done. Pravritti and nivritti. That's why Krishna says that Tasmat Shastram Pramanam te Karya Kari Vyavasthitam Gyatva Shastra Vidhanoktam Karya Kartum Yarasi. That what is Karya means Pravritti, what is that you have to do, and what is Akarya, Nivritti, what you should not do. So that you can only know from Shastra, not from your own mind. Not because I like to do it, so I do this. Yeah, you do it, but you get caught in the karma. So therefore, even for those people who are not devoted, they should study Shastra to know what should be done, what should not be done. Why we should worship cow and not buffalo is known from Shastra. Not because of my own understanding. Now people can argue buffalo gives more milk than cow, so we worship buffalo. You will not get any dharma by that. So this is understood only from Shastra, what is pravritti and what is nivritti. There is no other. So that's why Shruti Smriti Mam Netre. Krishna says, these are my eyes. Tam ulanghaya vartate. So Agya Cheti, one who does not follow them, he is disobeying me. Agya Cheti. Mam Bhakto Pina Vaishnava. Even if he is my devotee is not a Vaishnava. So what is that another one? Sloka. Utpata eva kalpate. Not even if you ekant ki harer bhakti utpataya eva kalpate. If you do even bhakti, ekant ki bhakti without following Shastra, that will also bring utpata and disturbance. So that's what he's saying, that pravritta shastraya, nivritta shastraya, tanmula nigama shastraya. So pravritti shastra, do this, nivritti shastra, don't do this. And from where does this come? From nigama, means Veda. Veda is primarily telling that. That's why Purvamimamsa starts like that. Because Purvamimamsa is the analysis of the Veda. Pravritti, nivritti, analysis. पांचरात्र की विधि बिना एकांत के हरि भक्ति पाता एव कल्पते. सो नमः कृष्णाय रामाय वसुदेवसुताय च प्रद्युम्नाय अनिरुद्धाय सात्वतां पतये नमः. So now we speak about the Chaturvyuha. So Krishna has his group of 4. Krishna, Balaram, Pradyumna and Anuruddha. So this is called Chaturvyuha. So they are mentioned here. So Nama Krishnaya, so obeisances to Krishna, Ramaya, to Balaram, Sankarshan, Vasudeva Sutaya, so they are son of Vasudeva, and Pradyumnaya Anuruddha, and also to Pradyumna and Anuruddha, Satvatam Pati Nama, and to the master of the Satvata. Satvata can mean Vaishnava. Satvata is also one of the clans of Vrishnis. Sarva Shastra Pratipadita Sara Swarupani tu Tav Chatvari eva. So in the Shastra, these 4 forms are the essence. So originally it is Krishna, then Krishna has this expansion, Balaram, Pradyumna, Anuruddha, then another Chaturvyuha in Vaikuntha. Then same manifest here as Karnodakshay Vishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, Kshirodakshay Vishnu. They are Sankarshan, Pradyumna and Anuruddha. And original is Vasudeva. So that's what is described here. So it says Sarva Shastra Pratipadita Sara Swarupani tu Chatvari eva itya. So these 4 forms, these are the Sara, the essence, what has been established in all Shastra. Chakara Nanda Sutaya. So here Krishna is said here as Vasudeva Sutta. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanura Mardanam. So Cha is said here. So Cha is indicative of Nanda Maharaj also. So Krishna has 2 fathers. So he is son of Vasudeva, he is son of Nanda Maharaj. That's double benefit. Right? You have 1 father, you get chocolate, you have 2, you get double chocolate. Right? So he is smart. 2 fathers, 2 mothers. So he is happy. Satvatam, Satvat Vansotpanna, Suradinam, Parjanyadinam, cha Pataye Palakaya. So Satvatam Pataye, Pati means protector, nourisher. So Satvata, he says, refers to the dynasty of the Satvata, and there are 2, Sursen and Parjanya. Sursen is grandfather of Krishna, and Parjanya is also grandfather of Krishna. So Sursen is father of Vasudeva and Parjanya is father of Nanda Maharaj. So they both are Satvata because their father had two wives, one Kshatriya and one Vaishya. So Parjanya was born from the Vaishya wife and Vasudeva was born from Sursen was born from Kshatriya wife. So therefore Krishna belongs to both sides. He is protector of both Sattvatas. So Brajvasis are also Yadavas in that sense because they also come from Yadu. So therefore he says both here. Sattvat Vansha Utpanna Suradinam Parjanyadinam Cha Pataye Palakaya. So Palaka means nourisher, protector. Okay. Any question on this? Is it clear?
Oh, yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
So this dynasty that Shri Krishna comes in, going back many, many generations, like Satvata and his father, those are all obviously not alive anymore in the sense that they took birth on earth and then they passed on. So then in Goloka or in the spiritual world, there's only the Abhiman that they're there, but they don't actually have existence.
There they obviously not.
Okay.
But they feel we are coming in that dynasty. This is the meaning of Rāsa-līlā. Any other question? Okay.
One more question. So we have all these many vadas, prema vad, inherent vad, not inherent vad, and Krishna is the one that is allowing all these, is behind these different conceptions, and is allowing these different views to manifest in this different philosophies to manifest here. Yeah. So what am I to think, you know? Oh, all philosophies are okay?
Why?
If Krishna is behind all these different philosophies,
who else will be behind? If there is only one tattva, then there has to be somebody else. That is like Christianity, that there is God and then there is Satan. So here in our philosophy, there is only one tattva and everything is coming from him, good or bad. Because this good and bad is for you, not for him. The Asuras are also coming from him only. The Suraj and Suraj, they are all son of Kashyapa. Right? Kashyapa had 13 wives. So Diti and Aditi, Datyaj and Aditya, they are all sons of Kashyapa. It's like we have good qualities and we have bad qualities. It's not that good qualities belong to me, we think like that, and bad belongs to you. Right? That's what we tend to think. That all the divine qualities are mine and all the asuric qualities belong to somebody else. Not to me, I am fine. Problem is only with other people. So this is how people think, but we all have all these qualities. So Krishna is like that at the universal level. Just as the individual level, you are the support of both good and bad qualities. Good and dharma and adharma. So his chest is dharma and backside is adharma. Right? That's how it is described. So you be on the front side not on the backside. Okay.